All right, welcome to the October 15th regular meeting, the town of Neepawa. Our first order of business will be to approve the regular meeting agenda. So be it resolved that we hereby approve the regular meeting agenda for October 15th, 2024. Moved by Councillor Nadeau, seconded by Councillor Kostanchuk. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Next, we approve the minutes. The minutes were circulated. Be it resolved that we approve the minutes of the regular meeting and the public meeting held October 1st, 2024 as circulated. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott, seconded by Councillor Kostanchuk. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we've got a couple minutes here, so maybe we'll start off with some council reports. Anyone have council reports?
Yvonne did, but is Yvonne going to do it?
Are you on, Yvonne?
You were going to do it.
Okay.
She did. Okay. Just so that everybody knows in the audience as well, we have Councillor Sisley joining us by a virtual method. So this is a report for economic development. What's the Big Idea will be held this Thursday at the Legion. And of course, our economic development officer, Mary Crew, is working with 7 businesses to participate. The pitched parlor will start at 1 p.m. This event is free and everyone is welcome to attend and learn more about our new local businesses. A thank you goes out to Katie Martin and the NACI's Community Art Club for adding an artistic touch to the boarded up curb walk on Hamilton Street. It's the building just east of us. What a beautiful change or improvement to the front of the building, and this came about as a result of the more recent tour that was done about how you can capture tourism opportunities and beautification in the community. Under recreation, the programming that's coming up, the Park at Dark on October 25th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Riverbend Park. There's going to be activities, treats, and decorations for all the kids to enjoy, and we can't wait to see everybody there with their costumes. And of course, on October 31st, we annually do a little preschool costume parade around town. Businesses that want to participate can contact our recreation director, Cass, here at the office, and there'll be a little handout at the front of the day of all the participating businesses, and they can go around town and gather their treats. We look forward to it here, I know. A little fun fact, our social media post of fall pictures at Park Lake had 11,517 people actually view it, so that's pretty significant. And lastly, the Handy Van had a fundraising lunch today. They served up 130 chili and bun meals to the community, as well as had their 50-50 fundraising draw. Between both fundraising events, they raised over $3,000 that will go to the operation of the Handy Van. Thank you to everyone who ordered and bought tickets.
Okay, sorry, was there any other council reports? No. Okay, we've got a couple more minutes, so maybe I'll ask for Manager of Operations, Denis, for your...
Sure, Mary. So our water treatment plant staff, and along with assistants, managed to do our raw water line flushing. So this would be all the pipes coming out from the well sites. We do those in an annual flush, so we push some squeegees kind of through it. They're called some swabs, and they push out any debris that's collected or sediment inside those pipes, just to ensure that we have better quality water coming into our water treatment plant. So that was completed over the weekend. Public Works has been busy digging around. Broadway Avenue has received its gravel bed reconstruction there. So we ripped everything out that was kind of performing poor in spring with all the frost boils, and we layered everything up appropriately, and we've started boulevard restoration there as well. Starting next week, so on October 21st, we're going to initiate our yard waste compost pickup. So residents are reminded to put out any compost material they want picked up, and it has to be in a paper bag, so biodegradable compostable bag. No plastic whatsoever will be picked up. And the hospital land drainage sewer project will hopefully start next week, provided the manholes get delivered, but I just spoke with our supplier and they were wrapping up the last of the pieces I heard. So And our contractor is optimistic they can hopefully start next week as well, as long as there's not too many other delays. So see more progress there again.
Okay, and just thinking, when you're talking about water, we had that damage to a water hydrant over on, what was that, 3rd or 4th?
Yeah, 3rd and Ellen, or 2nd and Ellen. But yeah, that's been repaired now.
That's been fixed,
Yep.
good. Good. Okay, thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Deputy Mayor Parrott, and I'm going to remove myself for conflict.
Okay, there's no resolution to go into the public hearing?
Yeah.
Not right here. Okay. So we have a resolution here, be it resolved that we now open this public hearing at 7:05 PM to hear representation to variation and conditional use application VCU 01-2024 of the Neepawa Gladstone Co-op. Have a mover and a seconder. Okay. You got that anyway. Thank you.
I'll use these as the official.
Oh, so that's Gerard and the nose, sorry. All those in favor? Carried? Okay. So Miles, you might as well come on up. And Jeff, you want to do your presentation?
Sure.
Chair over there, Miles.
This is application VCU 01-2024-N, owner being Neepawa Gladstone Co-op Limited, and the applicant is Miles Boyce for Neepawa Gladstone Co-op. The proposal is, first part, a conditional use requested to allow for the location of an office building within the CH Commercial Highway Zone. Second part is variation, varied to allow the minimum front yard setback from the property boundary of 45 feet be reduced to 22 feet 8 inches within the CH Commercial Highway Zone. And this is affecting lots 15 to 17, plan 6991 being 30 Main Street. And reason of support is to allow for a temporary location of a modular office building to be located on the front of the existing grocery store.
Okay. Miles, do you have anything you want to say in favor of this?
Yeah, so we need the office space. We are out of space in the food store. We would like the permit granted for 3 years. After that, we'd be planning for a food store expansion to accommodate growth and the office space. Wheelchair accessibility to the building, we would have a wooden ramp on one side and stairs on the other. And it would be attached to the food store on the north side facing Highway 16. So,
Okay. Councilors have any questions?
The question I have is, I know with anything that goes along provincial highway, is this going to be something that Manitoba Highways allows? Because obviously when we start talking setbacks and things, they are very protective of their zone. Is this something that they comment on as well, or may be concerned about?
Not in this location.
Okay.
We have the authority between Highway 5 South and boundary of Neepawa.
Okay.
So no, this is council's decision.
Okay.
Okay. Councilor Meadows?
How far is it gonna go towards the highway? Is it gonna be equal, like the same distance away as Tim Hortons next door?
so the plan would be we would attach it via corridor right to the building, so it'd be as tight to our spot as possible, and it would kind of be sitting in, if you just visualize our site, kind of where the employee parking area is in the back there.
Would it be the whole length of that pavement there then?
No, it wouldn't be that
Okay.
long. Yeah, it's 54 feet long. So
Okay. Councilor Sisley? Yvonne?
I have no questions.
Okay. Councilor Kostenchuk?
No questions.
My question would be, do you need to make arrangements with the town for sewer water?
Yes, we would, yeah.
Okay. Have you made contact yet for that?
Not yet.
Okay. Denise, do you see any issues? Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to comment? And there is none, so we don't need to call 3 times.
So this was also circulated through the property owners within 100 meters, and we received no comments either way for this.
Okay. That's fair game. Questions? Be it resolved that we now do adjourn this public meeting at, I can't even see the clock, 7:10? Okay. Moved by Councilor Nadeau, seconded by Councilor Kozmachek. All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you.
Stay awake or you may as well stay out there. Yeah, Brian may as well stay out, because the first thing,
Might as well stay.
Brian may as well stay out. Yeah.
Stay up.
May as well stay out, because the first thing, the next thing on the agenda is the variation.
Okay.
We've already done the count, we've already done the operations.
Oh, there we go.
7.1, item 7.1 on the regular agenda.
We're up to 7.1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, be it resolved that we approve variation and conditional use application VCU 01-2024 of the Neepawa Gladstone Co-op to allow for the temporary location of a modular office building in front of the existing grocery store within the CH Commercial Highway Zone, and to vary the minimum front yard setback from the required 45 feet to the proposed 22.8 feet, and be it further resolved that approval of this application be for a time period no longer than 3 years in duration. Moved by Councilor Nadeau, seconded by Councilor Gerard. All those in favor? And that is carried.
So we're at,
7-2.
we're at 7:2. Okay, Colleen, amending the expense and reimbursements.
Just a small limited discussion at, just an open in-camera session with council last month, to take a look at the meal rates that are proposed. The meal rates have been in place since 2017, and the recommendation is to, with expenses clearly going up all the time, to adjust the breakfast meal rate from $12 to $15, and to adjust the lunch one from $15 to $20. And then one other small recommendation is to increase the cell phone allowance from $40 to $45 for those staff that actually get approved for a cell phone reimbursement. And that would put them exactly in line with what council receives for reimbursement as well, at $45.
Okay, any questions?
Just a comment, this is still way lower than the federal government's paying for the election worker meals.
No, okay.
Considerably lower.
Okay, so the motion reads, be it resolved that we approve the amended to expenses and reimbursement policy F1-015 to increase the meal rates from 12 to 15 for breakfast, 15 to 20 for lunch, and to increase cell phone allowance from 40 to 45 for those staff members approved for cell phone reimbursement. Moved by Councillor Gerard, seconded by Deputy Mayor Parrott. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Who wants to talk about the subdivision? Okay, Colleen.
Okay, this is subdivision application 4437-24-8652. The applicants are Richard Culberg and the town of Neepawa. The registered owner is Big Warehouse Limited, and the proposed subdivision will be in the southeast of 321415, or otherwise known as Lot 1, Plan 28531, and Lot B, Plan 56267. The latter lot of Lot B being a piece of property that the parcel that is being subdivided will be consolidated with. So the intent of the subdivision is to subdivide 11 acres off of an existing commercial property, thereby selling it to the town of Neepawa, and we would consolidate it with the 59.97 acres to the north of that, which we more recently purchased. The site is accessible through the highways number 5 north, which is east of the property, and the proposed lot 1 has an industrial building right currently on it, or a warehouse, and of course commercial activity and parking to the west. And the lot that is being subdivided is currently vacant land, and there are no services to it. Under the development plan, the proposed subdivision is located with an area designated an industrial hold and highway commercial. There is an amendment going to be coming forward for a development plan amendment to rectify that and put it into a residential change. Basically, the zoning bylaw is also supportive of this development. It is west of a proposed lot is industrial light zone and commercial highway zone. And tonight you'll be giving third reading to the bylaw to make those zone amendments more applicable to what's going to be. Oh, sorry, no, that's a different parcel to the north.
Yeah.
We will be redoing it. Speaking with Jeff, we're lining up all the bylaw amendments actually for the next few meetings. There were no concerns raised by the various government agencies during the circulation process. The only things that were noted, Manitoba Environment and Climate, Drainage and Water Rights Licensing Branch says that a new road to be created to increase access to the subdivision may require authorization under the Water Rights Act, but since we're consolidating it with the parcel to the north, it will have access. Manitoba Sport, Culture and Heritage Historic Resources branches will require that the applicant conduct at our own expense a heritage resource impact assessment, and we'll look into that. Neepawa Area Planning District was well aware of the subdivision. They understand that it will require some development plan and zoning amendments, and have been working actually with the town of Neepawa to address those requirements, and we'll make sure it all lines up and it exists in the proper zone and in the proper plan amendments. All other agencies responded with no comments or concerns. So provided council is satisfied with the development conforms to the policies and the intent of the plan, they do recommend approval of the subdivision as proposed.
Okay, any other questions regarding that? I think we're all familiar with what is being, what the resolution is here. So be it resolved that we approve the subdivision application 4437-24-8652 of the Big Warehouse Ltd. Town of Neepawa to subdivide 11 acres of vacant property from the existing commercial property on Lot 1, Plan 28531, and consolidate those acres with Lot B, Plan 56267, and be further resolved that as part of the planning process for the future development of the property, the town of Neepawa agreed to address any requirements noted during the circulation process and will facilitate any required amendments to ensure compliance with the development plan and the town's zoning bylaws. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott, seconded by Councillor Kostenchuk. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Dutch elm disease, or Denny maybe?
Doesn't really matter. I don't remember the results, but I do know that it's prior to submitted some invitations to 4 locals or for that had previously expressed interest in the removal process. We received 3 bids, 2 from Neepawa, 1 from Brandon. Low bid going to Middleton Enterprises for
7,400.
So, seeing no issues with this, I would recommend we go with that one.
Okay, any questions? Fortunately, I've seen some of those trees banded around town. There's some rather large ones, so it'll be disappointing to see disappear, but it has to be done each year.
It does.
And they have planted a lot of new ones.
Yeah, we have a pretty strong replacement program, so.
Yes, good point, a lot. Okay, be it resolved that we accept the quote of Middleton Enterprises for the amount of $7,400 plus GST for the removal of 25 elm trees identified as part of the Dutch Elm Disease Management Program for 2024. Moved by Councillor Kostenchuk, seconded by Councillor Gerard. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Storefront improvement.
So for the 2024 application season, we received for the Storefront Improvement Incentive Program an application from Svogs. It's the former Roder's Bakery, the business that's in there now. The application is for a canopy on the front of the south end of the building, because as you all know, there's two businesses in that building. So this will just be the one that used to be the Roder's Bakery site. And the application came in, and if it's a 50% cost, $5,785 for the canopy, half of that would be $2,893. And it was reviewed by the committee, and they do recommend support of this application.
Okay, any questions? If not, be it resolved that we approve an application for the storefront improvement program submitted by Unos Lee of Sabogs, Neepawa, for the installation of a canopy on the front of the south portion of the building at 337 Mountain Avenue. Incentive provided at 50% of the total cost, equaling $2,893. Moved by Councillor Gerard, seconded by Councillor Kostenchuk. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. What are we on here, Tim? Sale of property.
So we received an offer to sell the last lot on Ellen Street, 404 Ellen Street. And of course, they were all purchased for $45,000. The other lots, this is also for $45,000, to be subject to a development agreement.
Okay, questions? If not, therefore be it resolved that we approve the sale of Lot 3, Plan 62361, Roll 83270 at 400 Allen Street, so to Sorillo Josu and Maria Josu for $45,000, subject to the terms of the land sale and development agreement. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott and Councillor Nadeau. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Manitoba Hydro calling.
Did you want to speak on this one, Janine?
Sure. So as part of the hospital project, we had to get some servicing in place to service our new lift station that's being installed, along with some street lights to facilitate the illumination of all the new streets in there. So I put a request into Manitoba Hydro for a servicing agreement and cost estimating for the project. They finally provided us with one, so we would just have to get that approved so we can get some street lights and get that lift station working.
Excellent. Questions? Okay, be it resolved that we enter into an agreement with Manitoba Hydro to install street lighting and a customer service extension at 491 Hamilton Street with appointed delivery to include the newly constructed lift station at Southwest 341415 for a total cost of $306,328.22. Moved by Councillor Kostenchuk, seconded by Councillor Nadeau. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Bylaw
So this is third reading to the bylaw to amend the Town of Neepawa zoning bylaw 3184-18. This is to, as I got mixed up a little earlier, this is for the parcel more northerly of the 320 acres we more recently purchased near the rail line, and it's to rezone it from AR-R, agriculture restricted residential, to MH industrial heavy for the larger portion, and then also to amend from AR-C agriculture restricted commercial to commercial highway on the piece that runs along number 5. So this would be third reading, following up on the last meeting when we did a public hearing and second reading to proceed with making that amendment to the zoning bylaw.
Okay, any questions? Be it resolved that bylaw 3231-24 being a bylaw of the town of Neepawa to amend the town of Neepawa zoning bylaw 3184-18 be now read for the third time. This is a recorded vote. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott, seconded by Councillor Nadeau. All in favor? Councillor Sisley?
Are you in favor? I don't know if she's, yeah,
Thanks.
put her hand up.
Okay. Okay, opposed, and that is carried.
I'd just like to ask, were we able to connect with those residents that did come to the public hearing, just to assure them that we're in good faith and that we're not looking to put anything gross close to a residential area?
We'll be sending out a notice that it's received third reading, and we're going to indicate to them that we're going to review the use table and make changes, either giving them the opportunity, changing some permitted conditional use, things like that. So
I mean,
it will be going out, yes.
Our drainage consultants are in town today also working in that area, so I directed them to go and survey that area, go knock on their doors and pick up their yard elevation, their house foundation elevation, just to ensure that we had all those grade markers so that when we do the drainage in that area, we're not going to cause any damage to anyone. So that's
Good idea. Okay, is there any other business? Councillor Gerard?
I'd just like to, as a reminder to the community, on October the 24th at 5 o'clock at the Roxy Theatre, there is going to be an information session regarding the new hospital. It's a time for residents to come forward if they've got questions of Prairie Mountain Health regarding that new project that's going on. And I'm sure they can provide some more information specific to the facility that us as the town cannot. So that is a great opportunity for the community there. And I just going to touch on the Neepawa Ballers Basketball League is in full swing. I attended their event on Saturday, and 21 basketball teams have started for another competitive season in Neepawa, Manitoba.
Excellent, yeah. Good comments, sir. Okay, if there's nothing else, be it resolved that the council of the town of Neepawa do now adjourn this meeting at 7:28 p.m. Moved by Councillor Kostenchuk, seconded by Deputy Mayor Parrott. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.